it's Jamie here. Welcome to this tutorial. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create the crossover block stitch. Now, this is a really pretty pattern. I don't know actually, I'm sure it exists somewhere, but I was looking for an idea for a new scarf, and I was thinking about doing a block stitch. And I like the block stitch, but I thought it kind of looked a little blah. So I thought, what if I did a little bit of a crossover, and it might give it a little more interesting look. And I'm really pleased with how it's turned out. So as I said, I don't know, I'm not saying I invented this stitch. I'm sure it exists somewhere and it probably has a name, but for now I'm just going to call it the crossover block stitch. And it's super easy. Basically you're just chaining and doing double crochets. And as you go, you can see it forms this beautiful kind of blocky look, but the cross gives it some really nice texture to it. So if you're ready to go, let's get started. This pattern calls for, doesn't matter what you do, if you're doing a scarf or a blanket, whatever size you determine, it just has to be done in multiples of 3 and then plus 2. Okay, let's get started. First, we're going to start our first chain. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, oops. This yarn is kind of splitty. 3, 1, 2, 3, and we'll do one more set. 1, 2, 3. And then we are going to add 2. Actually, you know what? We'll do one more set. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to add 2. 1 and 2. Okay, so here's our chain. I just wanted to make it long enough to give you a good idea for the sample. Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to double crochet into the 5th chain from the hook. So let's count back from our hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to create a double crochet. So double crochet into this chain. There we go. And we are going to carry on along the same way, doing a double crochet in each stitch down the row. And you know what? I probably went a little ahead of myself. Just let me, for those of you who are just starting, let me go over a double crochet. The first thing you're going to want to do is yarn over, and then you're going to place the hook through the chain, yarn over, pull through. You'll have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over again, and pull through 2. And that's a double crochet. And now we are just going to continue on doing double crochets down the rest of the row. So we've reached the end of our row now, and the next thing we want to do is to chain 3. So we're going to say 1, 2, 3 chains, and then we're going to turn over our work, and we are going to count, not including the double crochet that's under our chain, we're going to count 3. So 1, 2, 3. And we're going to do a single crochet in between the 3rd and 4th double crochet. So we are going to do a single crochet. Here, let me back up and make sure everybody knows how to do a single crochet. So we're going to go in, we're going to yarn over, pull through, we're going to yarn over again and pull through both loops. All right, then you're going to chain 2. And then we're going to count over 3. 1, 2, 3, and go between the third and the fourth. Single crochet. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2. We're going to carry on in the same manner down the entire row. And when you create your chains, make sure that you keep these chains nice and loose, or it could make the spots in between the single crochets could make them pretty tight. So just make sure you ease off a bit on your tension there. And we'll do our final 2 chains. And we'll go in right here, do our final single crochet. All right. So that's the second row. Okay. Now this is where we start creating the pattern. We are now going to crochet chain 3, 2, 3, and turn our work. Now what we're going to do is we're going to now be doing double crochets into these little chain spaces right here. If you can see that. Okay, so to get started, we're going to start with 2 double crochets. So 1, 2, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cross over. We're going to create a double crochet and cross over into the single crochet that we made from the previous row right in here. So we're going to yarn over. We're going to put our hook in through the single crochet, yarn over, pull through. Now this is where how you want to pull up is you want to make sure you pull up as high as the other crochet, double crochets. Okay, and then finish that off. There we go. So that's our first block. Okay, now we're going to work into this second chain space along the row, and we're going to do a double crochet. So 1 double crochet. Then we're going to do a second double crochet. And then again, we are going to cross over into our single crochet from the previous round. Right in there, that little kind of triangle that you see, that's where we're going to crochet into. So we're going to yarn over, put our hook through the single crochet, yarn over, pull through, and pull it up as high as the other double crochets. And then yarn over, and there we go. There's our second block done. So we're just going to keep carrying on in this manner until the end of the row. 2 double crochets in a row, and then we're going to do our crossover double crochet, pull up, finish off the crochet. 2 more blocks here. Sorry, it's a little fiddly when it's just this little piece. So if I'm kind of flopping all over the place, forgive me. And then we're going to go into our single crochet, pull through. And we've got 1 more chain space to go into. So 1 crochet, 2 double crochet, and we're going to do the crossover double crochet into the single crochet from the previous row. All right, so there's our last chain space, but it looks kind of funny here. So what we have to do at the end of each row, we are going to finish it off with just a regular double crochet into that space. So yarn over and create your double crochet, and that gives it a nice edge to it. And there we go. That's our first completed row of our crossover block stitch. And now we're just going to repeat what we did in the previous row. So we're going to chain 3, turn, and then go in and to this chain stitch. It's going to be really nice and obvious from this point forward. And that's what I like about this pattern. It's super easy. You don't really have to do a lot of thinking or counting because the spaces become very obvious where you're going to be putting your stitches. So 2, do a single crochet, 2 chains, single crochet, 2 chains, finish it off with a single crochet, and that's it. And then you will repeat this row that we just did prior to that. So there you go. You can see that this is a pretty quick and easy pattern. It's fantastic. I just love how quickly it comes together, and it's pretty mindless. And I have to say, I don't know what that says about me, but I enjoy these kind of mindless patterns that you can work on while you're watching TV or watching your daughter sing and dance around in the living room. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this pattern. Again, it's Jamie with Dabbles and Babbles here, and I wish you a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.